Welcome to my program preview of Ccleaner. Now, Ccleaner is a program designed for cleaning your computer, like clean up your temporary drawer, your history drawer. So your history is like when you go into here and you I don't know, say for example, you log into YouTube. When you log out, you log back in, ask for a password. When you log into it, ask for a password. And that's remembered and kept in your history. Now, some things in history you don't really want in there, so it clears it up. But you can easily retype your password in. Same with cookies, which you've got to accept cookies on websites, and also it cleans it out. So you can have muck in these two and infections on your machine and all. There's your recycle bin, your temporary file, which is a very good thing to do. So like let's do it too. When you watch a video on YouTube, YouTube, not sure on Netflix, but YouTube anyway, it technically puts the video on your computer. Technically. So you need to clean it up, obviously. You can't play the file, but it's technically on there, and that takes up a lot of space. Then your registry, if you uninstall the program, like if you go into here, you go in here, then you go in here. Now, for example, say I wanted to uninstall, I don't know. You would do this with Steam, but we'll just pretend. Say I wanted to uninstall this game here. You click on install, and you'd think, yeah, it's uninstalled. No, it's not. Apart from the fact that if you go into the game directory, any save games or any mods or any additional files will be kept there, and the entry of the game will still be in your registry. So like if you go in, now if you go in here, do not alter anything lest you know what you are doing, because you will break your Windows. But look, this is your registry, and this is where all of your information is kept. All your program stuff, environment stuff, control panel, and then like little entries like that. Well, when you uninstall a program, it can keep it in here. It causes lag or problems with your computer, so that cleans it up. So like go into Cleaner. Like still, you've got other options too. I leave it on standard. This one can wait for hard drive space too, but I recommend the other program I done, my other program preview. So if you run Cleaner, let's see what happens. Not loading their web pages. Oh, really, you should have Internet Explorer or Google Chrome shut too, but as it can't clear it properly. But I'm just doing this to show you anyway. Look at that, 192.4 meg removed. That'll solve a lot of lag. I never see a point in the application though, because you run that after running that and it never finds anything. That calls me a liar now. So yeah, because it's all in here as far as I can tell. But and then you got your registry. You run scan issues. And look at that. So because I updated from the old PhysX, which was 2.7.4, then it's 2.4, 7.6, 2.76, then 2.8, 2.8.3, blah blah blah. And when you upgrade past them, I'm on 2.9 now, I believe it is, or 2.8.4, something like that. It keeps the previous there, which is all registries. It's registered in your place I showed you, which was the file was there, but remember it's like it's there, which is silly. It's got all that rubbish. So you want to fix selected, no. Fix all, bang, done. Scan again. Because then finds them all at once. It's up to you if you use this, but I would recommend it. I think it's a really good program, and I've never had any problems with it. Clear it all, scan for issues. There you go. Now you've got no loose programming, basically, of old programs on your computer there. Now that's nice and clean. Then if you run OO defrag, like I showed you in the previous program preview, and then it will make it even cleaner that way. Obviously I need to do mine, but that's a different program. So yeah, then you've got tools or anything, so you can uninstall all your programs so you don't have to go through all this business. And you can just right click on your cycle bin to open it, and it does your cycle bin too. Then you got your startup. So if there's anything up here, highly recommend, if you don't know what you're doing, do some research on it first, or do not touch it at all. But what this is like, every time I load my computer, MSN Messenger loads up, does my head in. So there you go, it won't do it no more. As you can see, Windows Live, Messenger, MSN, MSGR, I can guarantee you that's a Messenger. .exe is executable, which means that's the file that loads. Like when you click on, like, say for this example, say for example I click on, or anything like that, all EXEs, go down here, so I click on load, that's a shortcut, and that shortcut will load the program, but that brings you to an EXE. That's what this is, that's the EXE. So then you can stop these things from loading if you don't want them loading. Just handy. Then you got your find thing. Not sure what that is, I haven't used it. The old system restore. So if anything goes wrong, you can restore back to previous point. Never needed. Wipe drive, would not use it. It's a good program. I have used it and I do like it. Well, I mean, this wipe drive is a good thing. I do like it, but as I say, when you got OOD frag, it does a lot better job in my opinion. No, I can guarantee you it does a lot better job, because this program is like, wow, look how professional it looks. Look at the quality, see the picture, and it's a lot more dearer program, so obviously it'll do a better job, I'd say. Then you got your tools, you got your settings, English, no, you've got loads of languages, so if you're not English and you can just understand English, well, you can choose your language. I bet it's there. You got your cookies. So as I say, cookies are different way. Add you. I could do with going for that myself, saying that. See, so if you've got a cookie, like, sometimes you go into something like that, on my computer, for example, you might not get this. So I go into YouTube, it does my head in. I get this, and you get it on other sites. Like if I go to Amazon and search for, I don't know, silver bicycle, and I find one, it'll come up here. It does my scrolling. Well, some of them, as far as I can tell, looking at, you can disable them. But I've never used this, so that's up to you. I'll do some research into that. I've got this included. Never use it. I've never used it. I don't use them, and I probably will never use them. You know, I should look into it, but there you go. And that's, well, that's basically all. That is it. It's not complicated, it's simple. And if you want the basics, just install it and just right click, go open. You just go, one button, done. Nice, simple, not confusing. So if you're not very good at computers, it's not a problem. Don't alter the setting, just leave it. Yeah, it's done. Don't need to panic, don't need to worry. As far as I'm concerned, it's perfectly safe. And this is a demo which lasts for forever. Literally forever. No trial, but it just lasts forever. And you can buy the full version when you're there. when you go to load it, sometimes it gives you a link. Have a look and get a link to it properly in the description below. But yeah, I want to buy it myself. Now there we go, like new version, you have to click download, look like that. And there we go. To get the new version you have to pay, I should say that. And there we go. Yes, upgrade. Say for about $19.95. Not sure what the company's like, I just know it's a good program. Never bought it, I do plan to. But there we go. So I'll see you guys again for my next program preview. Bye for now.